which way Nigeria?
Which way Nigeria is a good question. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? I love my father's land, yes. But Nigeria is not my father's land. I'm a Biafran man. Then does not mean I will not, at least echo out things out of this beautiful question. That's a nice take, but listen to my own take. Nigeria has many ways to go because over the years we've lagged behind. We've been just drifting into destruction, drifting into backwardness, drifting into chaos, drifting into war, food famine, drought, food crisis. So what I'm trying to say is, which economical way, which social way, is it a developmental way? There are many ways Nigeria has at least worked hard to abandon today due to our greedy politicians who are just busy filling, refurbishing, replenishing their international offshore accounts instead of taking care of the people that vote them into public offices. These people are busy transferring our public fund into ABSA, South Africa, into Paris Club, yes, Swiss Bank, Britain, and yet the British man will tell you that Nigerians are fantastical corrupt. David Cameron had made this statement. Does he not know that Nigerian government, Nigerian public office holders are too wasteful, very wasteful? They are into squandermania. Why am I using David Cameron as an example? Put call across, if you know the former British Prime Minister that resigned, David Cameron. Ask him, why is it that all the spending thrift going on in Nigeria, the cost of governance, the cost of this and that, why is it that the British, they are there looking like look. You know what I'm saying? The home of British Prime Minister in London is where? Number 10 Downing Street. Why are they not refurbishing, changing it every year, each and every tenure, every new Prime Minister, new home, new office? No, because they are serious. British man is a miser. You know what I mean by miser? People that are too careful on spending. Why is it that British man has not used number 10 Downing Street as an example to educate Nigerian public office holders, Nigerian presidents, each and everyone that comes and goes? Because I know that in 1735, the British home, the British Prime Minister home of the British Prime Ministers, number 10 Downing Street was constructed 285 years ago, since 1735. That facilities, that British Prime Minister home, address, office remain like that. They have not changed it. They have not revamped it. They have not refurbished it. They have not renovated it. It is still remain there at number 10 Downing Street. The whole facilities remain intact since 1735, 289 years ago. Could you imagine that Buhari won an election, an illegitimate government in 2015? Immediately he assumed office, he revamped Aso Rock. Billions of naira were budgeted to revamp Aso Rock. And Aso Rock that was not even up to 30 years. Aso Rock was not even up to 40 years. He revamped it up to his test. Thereby doing what? Spending our public fund. The money that would have used to develop Nigeria, the money that would have used to pay fat salaries to public workers, was what? Used for revamping, renovation of Aso Rock. Each and every president that comes to being at Aso Rock will spend billions in that facilities. Why? Because we don't know how to manage money. Because we are economically what? Out. We are too wasteful. That's why we've been spending such money at Aso Rock, revamping, renovating the National House of Assembly every year. Why? Britain, you are claiming to be our colonial masters, and you know all these things, anomalies going on in the public office in Nigeria is not healthy enough to run an economy that will sustain both the international image of the country and the local image of the country. This has exposed Nigeria as a wasteful country. A country whereby a president in 1970s came out to tell the whole world, we have excess money. We don't know what to use our money for. We are tired of money. I credit this statement to Gowon, the elderly statesman, Yakub Gowon. He said we have too much money, that he doesn't know what to use money for. That's why Gowon was busy, throwing parties in 1970s. Excess, lavishly party. Yes, by Nigerian president, because we had excess money then. Have you ever heard that somebody said, because no, I get too much money, I don't know what thing I go use my money do again? Is it coming from a sensible person? Is that not out of psychopaths and insanity? Nigeria had excess money, so which is happening today? We are splashing much money to renovate this, to renovate that, to buy a house for a whole vice president that was a governor for 8 years in Borno State. Chetima was governor of Borno State, don't you know? He acquired so much money, houses all over northeastern Nigeria. And today, they bought a house, they renovated it to the tune of 14 billion. Taxi, Minister of FCT, Nyeso Wike, people that are managing our public fund as if it is their father's property. People that are spending Nigerian money as if they are the sole owner of these funds, public funds. He now spent that billions, 14 billions to acquire a building at the FCT for Chetima Kachima. What insanity. Look at that kind of squandermania going on in Nigerian government. And the so-called British Prime Minister, the so-called British your colonial masters, they are aware of all this madness going on in this country. The office of British Prime Minister, I'm asking you, British man, how many times have you rebuilt, renovate or revamp that facilities? Yes, those furniture, fittings and features, how often do you change it? Nigerian government, anyone that comes, new wardrobe, furniture allowances, newspaper allowances. It is much wasteful. It is much expending thrift that has gotten the whole Nigerians into this excruciating situation. No money here, no money there. There's no more money in Lagos State. There's no more money in Abuja FCT. There's no more money across Yoruba land. There's no more money across Igbo land. People in the middle belt, everybody is running helter-skelter as a result of lack of money. And not only that, encroachment of Fulani herdsmen across the farmland in the mid-belt. There are many things to talk about because lots and lots of psychophancies going on across Nigeria. What I'm asking the British man that has been claiming to have colonized Nigeria, is that how you renovate number 10 Downing Street? Every regime, every administration, from Margaret Thatcher to David Cameron, from David Cameron to what's the name of that woman, Mary Guinea-Wanu, from that to this current Boris Johnson, then Oga, what is going on? Oga colonial masters, don't you see that the people you left 64 years ago have not reaping enough? They are not competent enough to handle a nationhood.
What advice do you think you can give the Nigerian leaders?
I don't give Nigerian. Okay, listen, me prefer what advice to Nigerian leaders. It's just like asking me to pray for Nigeria, because once you are praying, somebody in the back, at your back, your corner, is saying no to your prayer. Though we are praying to God, but God has done everything for us. What should I advise these people? God has provided everything for us in Nigeria. How can you advise and say make you pray for Nigeria when one kind man that is bent on his own religious doctrines or activities is at Aso Rock, that is destroying things, rearranging things, causing trouble, turning ethnic bigotry into an institution in Nigeria? Okay, God has done everything. God has had our prayers since 1960. So the issue now is that God is watching us to manage what He has given us in order. There should be no advice. Okay, you want me to advise Tinubu? How can I advise Tinubu? Give advice to Tinubu for what? Tinubu is my papa now. He born my mate. He born people who senior me now. How can I give that man advice? When they know that his elder is the highest thing in Nigeria. When a man grow up to the level of an elder, a young man, a young woman cannot come and say, Baba, this you are doing is not good though. The elderly man knows that, takes himself, regard himself as God over us. He expect me to go and advise to me, Nigerian leaders, advise Akpabio. Does Akpabio ever regard me, regard any of the youths, regard anybody that is suffering in Nigeria? So what kind of solution do you want me to profile to this kind of people? People that have turned their back on us. We, the electorate that voted for them, have been abandoned, alienated, and what estranged for over 14, 15 months now. If we are feeding, they don't know. If we are not feeding, they don't know. If we are dying, they don't know. If we are not dying, they don't know. So what advice do you want me to give to them? Time is coming now for 2027 election. You will see all of them all over the street of Lagos. That is when you will know that Akpabio will romance and embrace Akara woman. Akpabio will be visiting every market, playing with tomato woman, Akara woman. Akpabio will be chopping corn, frying egg with all these our outside brothers by the roadside. That is when they begin to romance the innocent citizens of this country in terms of friendship. The relationship and unionism will be coming as tighter than before. But immediately they assume the public office, they distance themselves. Before you see any one of them, you are going to what? Fill voucher, form. They will give you form, you will fill. At the gate, 1 week, he cannot. 1 month, you never see him. 2 months, you are just starting. So this time around, I'm telling you that Nigeria is an incurable disease. It has grown up to the paranoid or malignancy level. Thank you so much. That's where I'm